Hey guys, welcome back to the Aussie Buckets main distribution centre here in Melbourne, Truganina. My name's Aiden and today we're going to be checking out our new Generation 5, the hybrid stick rake designs. Now, these stick rakes are going to be coming with an industry-leading 5-year warranty. Let's check it out. All right, so we're quite lucky today. We've got 3 models for you guys to have a look at. We've got the 3-tonner, the 5-tonner, and the 20-ton stick rake here. Now, the most important thing to talk about is why we've updated the stick rake model. Now, Aussie Buckets has been selling these rakes since the very beginning of our company, and we've probably got the most on the market in the entire of Australia out of all the companies that do produce these. So we've got a lot of experience, and over the years, we've gotten a lot of feedback from customers that's allowed us to reiterate the design and release this new model. So originally with stick rakes that we used to sell, you'd have the front tine and you wouldn't have a back tine. That didn't allow operators to scrape away from the cab. So on our Generation 3s, that's when we tried a product that's a little bit more popular up north in Queensland, where you'll see there's products that have both tines on either side. We call it a dual acting stick rake. Now, they're great because you get the added benefit of being able to clear away from the cab. But when we developed those, we found that there was a massive reduction in penetration. You lost all your penetration, as well as they are much more susceptible to damage and very heavy on the machine. So we've developed this hybrid design, which allows you to still have full force penetration and operation towards the cab, but has that heel and toe design where you've got the heel that you can still clear away from the cab when you're getting caught up near the machine, as well as you're wanting to back clear. Now, what's really awesome about this design is this is maintaining all of our penetration, as well as giving operators the most flexibility in their operation. The next new feature with our stick rakes is the tine splitters or the tine cutters that go in between these tines. Now, it's really important when we've got these massive surface areas of the tines profiles that we're reinforcing them accordingly. So you'll see on cheaper units on the market, there'll be multiple reinforcement rods going down the actual tine itself. Instead, we've opted to use a higher grade steel and have one heavy reinforced tine splitter at the bottom, allowing this to be completely clear for the rest of the cutting. Now, what these are great for is actually 2 options. 1, they're going to reinforce and strengthen the tine so they can't be bent. And 2, most importantly, these will actually scrape along the top surface as your tines are penetrating through the ground. So what happens is in one pass, not only will you rip up all the roots and rip up and clear the ground, these will drag along the surface and clear up any other small material, which means in one pass, you can do a full clear. As well as that, they're really good for when you're penetrating deep into the surface. They'll help cut roots and any other material, so you can actually cut through in one pass and forcing and improving that penetration on the front. All right, so the last thing I want to touch on the features before we talk about the build is actually this sharp top here and the front profiling of the stick rake. So as cool as these spiky bits look, they're not here just for looks. They do have a genuine feature and a genuine purpose on the attachment. Using this profiling allows you to cart large material around without it rolling out. Say you've got a big log, you can cart it around on that stick rake without it rolling out on either the top or the bottom. As well as that, you've got the hitches will still follow this profile. For really large material that's going beyond here, that hitch is also going to help you hold that material in. These are super awesome when you're using with, for example, a hydraulic thumb, and you're going to use this stick rake in combination and use it as a grab. It's a really great application. We're starting to see a lot of the forestry guys do at the moment. But overall, even without a thumb, being able to cart large logs around on site as you pick them up stops it from rolling out. All right, so moving on to the head bracket itself, all the head brackets are going to be fabricated to suit on the machine you're using. Now, they can be used on quick hitches, on tilt hitches, or you do have the option to direct mount. You'll see we've got fluted channels here as well. So for older machines that you might direct mount a stick rake, you've got that option too, and we'll build these head brackets to suit your machine. So we've talked about the 2 new design features we've brought to the stick rake in the profiling as well as the tine cutters. We're now going to have a bit of a chat about the build and how we manufacture these to be so reliable on site. So similar to our sieve buckets, we use an interlock screen. That means you can see this torsional bar, it's not segments welded into the tines. It actually runs all the way through the tines as they've all got holes punched through them and then welded in place. This makes it much stronger, utilizing that torsional bar inside instead of other cheaper designs you'll see that just have rods welded in between, maybe multiple rods running down those tines. As well as that, pretty standard, but we've got the torsional box up here. That's just square tube torsional box up the top. And that keeps all the strength from the hitch going down into the tines themselves. You've got reinforcement up here for the gussets as well as in the hitch. That allows all the force going from the rake to be nice and equally distributed, and that's why we use such a heavy square beam up the top here to distribute that load between the tines. All right, guys, that wraps up the walk around today of our new Generation 5 stick rake here at Aussie Buckets. If you're doing clearing work in high-end commercial forestry work or just looking to smarten up the farm, this would be a great new attachment for your machine. So please give us a call, 0399178598, or head to aussiebuckets.com.au to speak to one of our attachment specialists today.